Hi everyone, I'm Sabrina and this is my June TBR. As you tell from the thumbnail, I'm slightly overambitious, but I would like to explain first. These two books, as of the time of writing my TBR, I haven't finished. I have since finished this one, review coming up shortly. So the plan is to finish these. So this one is left. I have 3 graphic novels from the library. These I can read in a couple of hours. So I'm looking forward to blitzing my way through 3 graphic novels in one evening. They are Spider-Man Miles Morales. I've heard so many good things about this series. I've managed to get volume 1 of the collection, so I'm reading that. This is Guardians of the Galaxy Angela, which followed on from a series that I read a couple of years ago now, I think. So I want to read that one. And The Defenders. This is volume 1 as well. I really enjoyed the Netflix TV series of this. I thought they were a great cast, really got on well, really clicky, and fun as well. So I'm going to give the comics a shot and see what I think of them. This is my tome for the month, A Court of Winds and Ruin by Sarah J Maas, which is book 3 in the A Court of Thorn and Roses series. This ties up Rysand's and Fea's storyline. This has been hugely hyped last year, which is why I didn't touch it. I've left it until everything has calmed down, people have got over, the emotions have all died down and the feelings have stopped hurting. I really enjoyed book 2 in the series. I thought it was excellent. So this is a lot to live up to. It's also incredibly fat. So I'll see how far I can get through this, but the plan is to read this tome this month. I managed 2 last month, so this should be doable. I've popped a romance on my list. Hannah Howe's When You Love a Scotsman. I got this over in America because trying to find romance books is really hard over here. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing wrong. Perhaps it's because I have no idea really where to look in the fiction section. But I've read one of her books before on the beach last year. I really enjoyed it. It's American Scotland and it's romance and it's historical, so I'm looking forward to it. Beginning of last month I picked up Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. This is civil war with zombies in America, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. This has been on my radar for a few months now, and I really want to read it because it just sounds so much fun. It's also a person of colour as our main character, which is one of my book challenges for the year. So this is an actual, yes, I'm definitely reading a book with a person of colour. Lady Mary by Lucy Worsley is my younger end of the YA spectrum read. I really enjoyed Eliza Rose, which is up here. This one follows Princess Mary, later to become Queen Mary I, as she is demoted to a mere lady because Henry VIII has remarried to Anne Boleyn. Princess Elizabeth has turned up, so Mary has been demoted in the royal line, as it were. She's no longer a princess even, she's officially a lady. And this is a look at those years of her life before she's accepted back into the royal family, as it were. Lucy Worsley is a very well-known historian over here in the UK. She's really good at explaining things in the Tudor era, and she's also good at bringing in the new information we have about this period of history, particularly the female individuals in the royal family. Mark's Woman is another book that's been on my radar for a little while. I'm not going to try and butcher this name, but there you are. Apparently, I hadn't even twigged this, but pretty much the majority of the cast in this book are people of colour. So, yay bonus me. But I'm not even aware of that. I'm just reading this and I actually have started it. I'm really enjoying it. But it's a YA fantasy series set in a dystopian future. And I'm really enjoying it, so I don't want to tell you too much about it. But a friend has read this and he recommended it to me, saying, you know, I really think you should read this. I turned around and said, it's on my TBR list already, I must get a copy of it. Finally got a copy of it, loving it. So the next book on my June TBR is a big spoiler if you're waiting for your Fairy Loot May box, so, you know, don't look for a minute. This is a YA fantasy book as most Fairy Loot books are, but it's got an interesting premise. I'm quite interested in seeing how the two main characters click with each other, and I want to keep up to date with my Fairy Loot books so I don't end up getting behind. So hence I want to read this one this month so I don't end up with 2 or 3 lying around the house waiting to be read. That is my June TBR. Like I say, it is slightly ambitious, but 1 book I've already finished, 2 are now halfway through, 3 are graphic novels, 1's definitely a quick easy read, if not 2 are quick easy reads. I've got 1 tome in there, and what else I've got is YA, so it should be quite easy to get through. I'm optimistic, let's put it like that. So please leave a link to your TBR, whether it's on the blog or on the BookTube channel, down below in the comments section. That would be lovely. Interested in seeing what everybody else is reading this month. As always, my social media links are in the description box. You can find me on Goodreads, Instagram and Twitter. Say hi, that would be great, as is my book blog, which has loads of pickies of book stuff as well. So you can check out that link as there. As always, thank you very much for watching and happy reading. Bye.